Hey singers, it's Jim Dix again, just coming at you with a quick tip for today. Want to talk about lyrics and rhythm and practicing songs in a way that you may not be used to doing, but is really, really cool and really productive, and it's fun. So very often when we're learning a song, we'll sing with the original recording, and then maybe we'll get a karaoke track and we'll sing along with that. And then if we're in a band, we'll sing with the band, or an open mic or whatever, and that's great and everything. But there's another way of doing it. So rhythm is, I think, one of the underrated parts of singing, and it's the singer. If you listen to a real pro singer that is in a rhythmic environment, you could take away all the instruments and just listen to their vocal, and there's a groove. And that's really cool. So the singer can really meaningfully contribute to the groove of the music. They're not just floating around on top of it necessarily. Sometimes they are, but it's still, there's a difference between being rhythmically aware and just sort of not really participating in the rhythm. So in terms of practicing a song, if you practice the lyrics, singing the song without any track, without the original recording, you can do it two different ways, and both are effective. One is to practice it with only yourself, just a cappella, without instruments. So in a room, and sometimes like when I'm working on something like this, I'll do a little beatboxing. It doesn't have to be like, your serious beatboxing. Okay, it's just to put you in the zone of being rhythmic. I would call it rhythmic activism. Okay, so I'm gonna use the song "Superstition" as an example, because pretty much everybody knows it, and it's quite rhythmic. So if I were to practice this by myself in a room, I'd have been just like doom pa doom doom pa doom ta. Very superstitious. Maybe clap along too. Doom dick bump writings on the wall. Body do it, but that kind of thing. You get yourself dancing. If you can dance to your own groove that you're creating, you're in the pocket. Okay, so that's the thing. If you can create that on your own, then when you go into play with a band, do whatever, you're going to be creating that groove, and or reinforcing the groove that the band's creating. So another way of doing this is to use a metronome. Metronome work is gold. So I highly encourage everybody to get a metronome app on your phone. There are a million of them out there. I actually dug out this really old school thing. I didn't even realize I still had it, but this is really valuable too. So the thing is, the metronome holds you accountable. When you're on your own, it's great to be able to create that pocket and create that groove on your own. That's terrific. But there's really no accountability there. So when you have the metronome on, it is totally unforgiving, which, if you want to make your rhythmic activism more effective, then that's the kind of thing you want. The more that you can hold your own feet to the fire, the better you'll get. So actually, I'm going to dial this back a hair. Rushing tempos is a pet peeve of mine. Like things, it's good to like don't push things too hot on tempos. The further back you can dial it within reason, the more you can really dig in and get a pocket going. So I'm going to point this at you so you can hear better. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. So you get the idea. You can also play around with where to place the rhythm, because you can be right on top of the beat, or you can lay back in the beat. You know, if the beat is this wide, you know, you can lay back and, you know, if you listen to rap, you're going to be hearing them sliding off almost into the next beat on the back of the beat. You listen to punk, for instance, or something like that, they're going to be like hitting just pushing the front of the beat all the time. So, like laying back on it, be like, very superstitious. Writings on the wall. Okay, that's really, it's like almost stretching the beat like a rubber band. You want to be like kind of kicking into the deep pocket of it. You may be like center, maybe slightly back of it. Very superstitious. Writings on the wall. So that's a matter of personal preference, but again, we're into rhythmic activism. We're into singing with intent in terms of where you're placing things rhythmically and the kind of groove that you want to create. If I want to push this and sing it in a, like more, give it a more frenetic feel, which would probably not be appropriate for this song, but very superstitious, you know, writings on the wall, really on top of it. Doesn't sound great for this song. Some things that's perfect. You want to push and make a really frenzied feel. But putting this kind of thing on your radar and in your musical sensibility is really powerful, and I think it's underrated by singers, but it's really cool. All of that said, having that awareness does not require you to sing da 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 da, you know, like always. And then you can still float around and be free with your phrasing, but there's a difference between being in the groove, feeling the groove, and singing above it, than just kind of floating around with that, like unanchored, and not having a root in the basic feel and groove of the song. So I hope that's been helpful to you. Again, I'm Jim Dix, and if I can be helpful to you in any way, or if you are interested in private voice lessons in the Delray area, please feel free to give me a call or contact me. Just go to my website, jimdixvoicestudio.com, and see you out there. Enjoy your singing life, and hope to run into you out there.